Hello and welcome to Teacher Training Academy. I'm Shaz. This video is Classroom Management Part 2. Today's question is, what expectations and consequences do you use in your classroom? So your classroom expectations need to be observable. They have to be able to be seen. They should be stated positively. Don't use a lot of don'ts. Respect others is not clear enough. Kids don't know what that means. What will you see when students are respecting others? Don't run is a negative expectation. It's best to use walk in the corridor, which is positive. Once you have the classroom expectations ready, and it's good to discuss them with your students, it's time to review them. Don't expect students to understand and follow the expectations right away. First step is to write down the expectations. Display them on the classroom wall or give students a copy. Then model the expectations. Show students what it looks like when students enter the classroom without talking. Ask students to model it as well. Show students how they sit on the mat. Finally, allow students to practice the expectations. Now, once students have practiced following the expectations, and it's good to set aside a few minutes each day in the first few weeks to model and practice each expectation. After that, you need a plan. What if a student chooses not to follow the classroom expectation? The consequences you choose, or even better, you and the students decide on, need to be linked to the expectation. In the past, many of the consequences had nothing to do with the expectation. I remember as a young child writing out the dictionary because everyone in the class was talking. That really made no sense. So you need to choose logical consequences. It's important that students know that logical consequences are not punishments, but a result of their choices. If they choose not to follow the expectations, then there are consequences to that. 4 types of logical consequences include you break it, you fix it, loss of privilege, take a break, and apology of action. So, what does you break it, you fix it mean? It simply means students take responsibility for fixing a problem. Students should be encouraged to brainstorm ways they can fix it themselves. Next is loss of privilege. For example, if a child is not using scissors correctly, they are temporarily taken away. Loss of privilege is a simple way to help children remember to use materials correctly. The loss must be related to the behaviour. When a student chooses not to follow expectations, describe what you saw. Reteach the rule or expectation, and then choose a logical consequence and a loss of privilege. Dana insists on using the watercolour brush in a way that damages its bristles. The teacher tells Dana that she cannot use watercolours during choice time until she's reviewed correct use of the brush and shown the teacher that she knows how to use it without damaging it. That's loss of privilege. Take a break may be a consequence for choosing not to follow expectations. Some teachers use a special area of the classroom for students to take a break. The polka dot rug is an example. You can also include a way of students thinking about how they feel in the cooling off space of the classroom. Next is apology of action. A child can repair hurt feelings with an apology, which includes an action that the child can take to fix the person's feelings. Students can also include a game or an activity they can do to restore the relationship with the person they hurt. Voices can be an issue in many classrooms. So how do you manage 30 or more voices in one classroom? How do you get the students' attention over all that noise? Let me tell you, shouting is not an option. The teacher shouts and the students get louder, so that doesn't work. So I encourage teachers to have a quiet signal. The quiet signal can be anything that students are able to hear or see and requires instant quiet. Some teachers use clapping, the peace sign, a gong, hands up, counting. Let's take a look at practicing the quiet signal in a classroom.
If you have some snack that you would like to finish eating later on, you may wrap it up. Oh, I think we need to practice again. Everyone talk to your partners. That time I noticed that not only did you become quiet, but your bodies were still as well.